Happy 4th of July, everybody. I want to do a little update. I haven't really done anything since the little baby geckos hatched, so I just wanted to do a little ball python update to show you how all the babies are coming along. Let you see how pretty some of these are. There's the first little female. As you can see, she's really pretty. She's got like a nice little granity type patterns on her side, just some nice whites. And some decent blushing as well. But there's the first one. Alright, let me get the next one. Here's our next little girl. She has some nice stripe patterns. Also has some nice little granity type looks to her sides. And also has some nice whites. The blushing on her is not as good, but the striping definitely makes her look unique. And has some good patterns. Alright. I'll get you the next one. This little girl here has nice thin reduced patterns on the striping on the sides, which I find appealing, and then the broken up bands down the back. She is getting ready to shed, so she is really dark. Her eyes were blue last week, and you can see a little bit still, but this week she'll shed out. I probably won't do an update video on that, but these are just normals. They're captive born 2011. All of them are in the 90-gram range. Most of them were 60 or less when I got them. And they have all eaten now 4 times. Let's see here. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. Again, this one has the kind of reduced patterns on the sides. Not quite as reduced as the other one. It is also will be close to shedding, I would say, within the next several days anyway. But just a pretty normal. And I'll show you the next. This girl literally just shed. If you look closely at the head, there's still one little piece of skin that didn't come off. Other than that, it was a perfect shed, but I'm not sure what's going on with this girl. She has the weirdest back pattern. Not only is it kind of circular all the way down, but sometimes balls, their backs are real light. But this one is even lighter than that. I certainly don't know that it's genetic or anything, but it is definitely odd. Let me get another one here just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Just don't know how well that shows up for you guys, but this is a light, nice colored ball python here, as you can see. And then you take this one, and I don't know, maybe it's still hard to see even at that shot, because the other one is so light. But the contrast between the side and how light this is what really makes it. This right here is probably my favorite though. She is the lightest and has the most white on her sides. I don't think I'd showed her yet, so I'll just go ahead and show her here instead of swapping. But she is the prettiest by far. She has, like I said, the most white, and then the lightest overall pattern. But again, the contrast between the sides and the light circles on the back really just are just really cool. And I know you can see that it's lighter there, but compared to most of them, it's just really neat. And she is eating wonderfully. She also has a nice little almost perfect circle there on her side, but let's see here. Be right back. Here's our butter. He's now had 4 meals, and he's about 215 grams. He is doing great. He is just a perfect specimen in my opinion. The blushing is just crazy. I'm really impressed with him. I got him from Carolina Reptiles. Being 200 plus grams, or right at 200 grams when I got him, for the price that I got him out, was just a good deal. Again, here's my setup. Got the 6 bins up top with the male butter and the 5 female normals. Got room for 1 more tub per shelf, so I can do 8 tubs total there, and they all have the, you can see the heat tape works great. I really like it. Then I still have the Bolivian red tail. I really like her. I don't know if the market just isn't very good, so I'm probably just going to hang on to her. I'm not going to sell her. Maybe one of these days I'll find a male. Down here we have our leopard geckos. That's the female's lay box, but the male, it's also like a human hide, so the male likes to stay in there as well. This is something that's coming. I'm just doing some tests to try to get the temperature right. I'm going to end up moving this tub somewhere else and see if I can adjust the temperatures. I can get the day temperature right, but the night I'm having trouble with. Over here we have our leopard gecko eggs, and they're doing great. Can't wait for those little guys to hatch. As you saw in our last video, we did have our first cresties to hatch. Up here is our male breeder, crested gecko. He is in this log, it's hollowed out. We have these eggs that were laid in 5/12. We have 2 more sets over here. As you can see the dates, just yesterday. And we have our gargoyle geckos, which are sleeping. Having trouble getting the female to put on weight. I don't know if it's a stress factor from being in a new enclosure, but we've had her 2 months now and she's gained 0. The male's gained 2 or 3 grams. I don't know if you can see, but this is our female breeder crested gecko. She's a Halloween phase, but she is right there sleeping. She thinks she's hidden, but she's not. Down here is a baby, crested gecko that we got as a throw-in when we bought a pair that ended up not being a pair. He looked like what I would have called a brindle as a baby. Now, he's about 16 grams. And is definitely a Dalmatian. Don't know how well y'all can see this, but I am even going to go as far to say as each shed he improves so much on his Dalmatian spots that I would not be surprised if he is not a super Dalmatian. So I can't really trying to adjust this so y'all can see, but as good as this camera is, it doesn't focus all that well sometimes. Whoop. But he is just beautiful. I say he. I have no idea. I've looked, I don't see any pores at 17 grams, but I also bought pinstripe female at 17 or 18 grams. It was guaranteed a female, and it's a male. So I'm not even going to guess till 20-something grams. He's not for sale, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, this is Pee-wee. Anyway, let's put Pee-wee back. And that last bin down there is a male 30+ gram pinstripe. I was going to sell him, but now I've decided not to. Next year I plan on adding some more females. So I'm going to keep him and find a pinstripe female and have some pinstripe babies. But I just wanted to give an update. Haven't done a full update in a while. I don't have all that much stuff, but there is something new coming. And when it gets here this week, I'll make sure I do a video for that. But for now, that's what we have going on. And I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. And make sure you subscribe.